our Toastmaster for the evening. Reverend Adrian S. Taylor is the shepherd and servant leader of the Springhill Missionary Baptist Church. He's a devoted husband, father, son, and accomplished pastor, business community leader, consultant, and a think tank. Yes, a think tank. I'm not sure where the pastor sleeps or not. He always has something for us to do. Reverend Taylor is a Baptist preacher who is old school with a progressive brain. If that makes sense.
I like that.
Old school with a progressive brain. Our mission at Springhill is to produce maturing believers. He is a pastor teacher who preaches the Word of God line on line. A believer in growing our members and developing and training leaders. I cannot think of anyone who would be befitting to serve as Toastmasters for this occasion in honoring Albert and Aura except my pastor. So without further ado, I present to some and introduce to others our Toastmaster for this special occasion, a man of God, an intrepid corporate leader, visionary, and innovator, Reverend Adrian S. Taylor.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Carter, and good evening to everyone, and welcome to the Springhill Church facility number 1, and welcome to this evening's event where we will honor and recognize 2 amazing people. I'm hoping that we will move through this and have as much fun as possible. The only thing I said that was missing was that we didn't have a dance floor out in the middle because Brother White likes to hide it from his pastor. But I know he likes to dance. Also, nobody put out a square card table. I know the man likes to play peanuts. But that's okay. I'm hoping that it will all come out tonight. So I want all of you that are going to roast and toast to be as candid, as open, and as honest tonight, because I still need to get my sermon together for tomorrow, and I need some material. Ms. Carter told you what kind of great preacher I was, so you need to help me be great tomorrow. But honestly, we are happy and excited to be here tonight. I'll try to get you through as expediently as possible and to move us forward as well as we can. First of all, let's give the caterers a great hand. We'll do it again later, but they did fantastic. Thank you. All right, let me call out the first group of those that will come and share words about our honorees. First up will be Mrs. Rose Fagler from Weyerhaeuser Corporation, and then Mrs. Esther Tibbs, and after that, Dr. Leonetta McNeely, and after Leonetta McNeely, we will add in Mrs. Yvette Carter from GRU. In that order, please, just come right on when you will. Thank you.
Good evening. My husband apologizes. He's in a conference in Philadelphia, so he couldn't be here. And I hope I don't cry, but I have my tissue. So I was practicing at home and sobbing. And I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to get through this. So when my husband and I moved back in 2001, I was fortunate enough, I landed a job at GRU and was there for about 5 years. I worked with some really great people. And one in particular, I had no idea how special he was going to become to me. And he was on career number 2 at GRU. And he was leading community relations, that's what that does now. So he was the first one who got it started. And I oversaw the marketing and communication, so I studied him, watched him for a long time. And he had a tough job. And I gotta confess, there's a couple things. I had to really practice saying Albert when I saw him, because he has an uncanny resemblance to my grandfather, whose name is Alfred. So I would stare at him and I'd go, and then I have to remember to say Albert and not Alfred. And then the other thing is that I wish I had supported him more. I didn't realize how hard community relations is. You are always in the middle zone between community and the organization, and you're brokering common ground, and it's a tough job, and he did a great job with that. And over the time, he introduced me to the lovely Aura, and I would be out and about in town, and I'd see her at Publix or at Santa Fe College on the track.
Steinmark.
Steinmark, you're right, Steinmark. And every time, or in the gym, and every time I saw her, she would remember me and greet me with a big hug, smile, and make time for me. And I think that's one of the things that's really interesting about both of them, is they always make time for people. Little did I know back then how important they were going to become to me, and how much they were going to impact my life and the life of the people I work with. So in 2009, when then Plum Creek was looking for somebody to help us really engage in the community, Albert came to mind. So it was a God thing, and thankfully he said yes. And so obviously he joined the Todd and Rose Wild Ride, and we just enjoyed our time together with him. But what he did was something we really didn't expect to have happen. Yeah, he introduced us to, obviously, a lot of people in this room, but people in the community. And we sat and got to hear stories and really understand just the makeup of the community and what people had to endure and go through. So we got to relive the lives of people. And we got a chance to take for me, somebody like myself, obviously I'm a white person. I noticed that this morning. But the stories we heard, we don't experience that unless we see it in a movie or we read it in a book. And all of a sudden, we were meeting living legends here in this town, people who were first at things. The first elected county commissioner, the first person to get a library card, the first person to play football at the University of Florida. And they were alive here. And we got to hear their stories and learn about their struggles. And that just really opened a different world for us. And it impacted us in a way that was so profound that even our executive senior vice president said to me earlier this week that this pains him that we weren't able to usher a new future for this community, because we came in and lived life, and you all shared it with us because of Albert and Laura, and it was really special. And one of the things that I've noticed the most about them is, now I'm going to start crying.
All right, Rose.
They're so humble. They're very generous with their time. They never seek recognition, so tonight is a rare occasion indeed. They're involved in so many different things. If you look at their schedule, I don't know when you sleep.
We do.
They're always willing to take on something else. They're so ethical. They're full of integrity. They want you to be a part of their family, and they became a part of my family. And for that, it was just tremendous. But I think the one thing that they became to me and to all of us was a gift. You know, sometimes you talk about building community or building family, but what we really had, because of what you all did to introduce us to the community and engage everybody together, is we had communitas. For those of us who are in church, Communitas is when you go in and you strive with people, and you battle, and you struggle, and you love, and thrive, and hug, and pray, and you carry one another, and when somebody's crying, somebody's there with you. So we had Communitas, and that's a special gift that they gave us. So, thank you, Albert and Laura.
Thank you, Rose.
And I love you dearly.
We love you too.
Thanks.
Love you, Rose. Thank you. Thank you, Rose.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am really happy to be here to help us pay tribute to these two wonderful individuals who have given so much of their time to our community. But I am here to offer a toast, not a roast, I wish I could, but to just offer a toast to my dear friend, Miss Ora White. I had the privilege of appointing Ora as Takachali's first female, first black superintendent. And I was happy to do that, not just because Ora had all the necessary skills and abilities to do the job, but because Ora has all those essential qualities that all effective leaders possess. As Rose mentioned already, first of all, Ora is an honest person. She's a person of great integrity. And it doesn't matter whether she's talking with someone on the job or talking with someone in a social setting, Ora's integrity is always up front. So don't ask Ora for your opinion if you don't want to hear the truth, because that's all she's going to give you. Effective leaders are also great communicators. They know how to relate to people from all walks of life. And with Ora, it doesn't matter whether she was talking to someone out on the grounds at Takachali or the folks up in the front office, or whether she's making a speech and sharing her faith in a more formal setting. Ora's communications are always clear and precise and to the point and always very sincere. Another thing about effective leaders is that they have a positive attitude, they are confident, they are passionate about their work, and they inspire their teams to do more than they themselves felt like they were capable of. Whenever I would have meetings with Ora at Takachali, it didn't matter whether we were talking about her staff maybe having fallen short on meeting some performance metric, or whether we were discussing a particularly difficult employee. Ora would always leave the meeting with that positive can-do attitude. And when she would meet with her staff to kind of talk to them about the challenge ahead, it was always with the confidence that they would get the job done. She came up through the ranks at Takachali. She cares deeply about the individuals out there. And she made it clear to her staff that they were there to help those individuals attain the best possible quality of life that they were capable of. So as I take my seat, because I'm told I only have 3 minutes, I just want to leave you with these words. That woman is a success who lives life to its fullest, who has discovered and shared the strengths and talents that are uniquely her own, who puts her best into each task and leaves each situation better than she found it, who seeks and finds that which is beautiful in all people and all things, whose heart is full of love and warm with compassion, who has found joy in living and peace within herself. That woman is Ora White, a great person, a great leader, and an inspiration to all of us who have the privilege of calling her our friend. Thank you.
What is it?
Get ready.
Excuse me. Yes.
That would have been really a roast, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Hello. Have you ever known
Yeah, I'll hold it over here for you.
a person that is in everything, knows everything, has tried everything, and can do everything? Well, I know a person just like that. And her name is Ora Lanier White. To have such a short name, Ora, it's indicative as to how powerful a tiny name can produce such a giant of a person. Not in stature, but in willingness and confidence. Everything that I'm about to say is true. Ora is known by a lot of people because she's a member of these organizations. Zeta Phi Beta sorority, the Alachua County Charmettes, the Camellia-ettes, the Gainesville Red Hat Divas, the Opinionated Ladies Book Club, trustee and past chairman of the Alachua County Library District, former board member of Pace Center for Girls, Duval Community Arts Council. She served most recently as program chair of the Breakfast for Madame. She's current chairman for the Little Mr. Wonderful. She's been on boards in the city of Gainesville. She's the past national chaplain for 2 terms on the national level for Charmettes. She has been chairman of the Relay for Life for the past 3 years. She's an ardent member of Springhill Baptist Church, sings in the adult choir, volunteers every week at Rollins Elementary Center of the Fine Arts, volunteers in public education through Panhellenic. She is the presiding worship leader at almost every church in Gainesville. And she has preached sermon after sermon in various capacities where God leads her to do so. She can bake a mean key lime cake, and it's one right over there. Pastor said, yes, goodness.
And coconut cake.
And coconut, he said.
And any other kind of cake.
And any other kind. She can do that professionally, at request, and for fun. As you heard just previously, she retired as superintendent of Takachali a couple of years ago and decided that she was going to be a champion for all causes. But wait. Pastor almost took my words. She can do a tough electric slide. And don't mess with her wobble steps when she entices everybody to get on the floor. Ora's voice can be heard in everything that I have named. When she says this, I can do it, or I'll do it. And when things get really, really busy and we get in the next meeting, she'll say, did I say that? And we all say in unison, yes, you did. That's Ora. I've never seen anyone like Ora. She actually finds more hours in a day to get things done. So she's truly a champion for all causes because she's always upbeat. And when things get a little hairy in some of these groups, her next words are, let's pray. Ora is calm, humble, charismatic, She can be chic and eclectic at the same time. Now, my acronym for aura is this: O for outstanding, R for reasonable, A for adaptable. Because Aura was an Energizer bunny way before the commercial debuted. It's time for her, don't you think, to relax. Recently, Aura has been stating, Albert has told me to turn some of this stuff loose. The two-letter word no is not in her vocabulary. From one friend to another, I got you this small gift just for you. And I hope that you will stop long enough to put your head on it and rest. Relax, Aura. Love you and thanks for all that you do.
Oh, she gonna open it. Oh, I will put my hand on it.
I'll put my head on it. Relax. Love you. Love you.
And these are my colors.
Okay. Well, love you.
Love you too.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
How's everybody this evening?
Wonderful.
Well, everything that everyone said is absolutely true, and I'm glad that I don't have to bring it out, Pastor. I had a whole paragraph about the slides and the pinochle and the, at least it's not Fletcher's Elks Club and all of that. So I'm glad that I don't have to bring that out. Especially the humble part. This was not on my paper, but when I heard someone say that Albert is super humble. Oh, by the way, I'm Yvette Carter. I work at GRU, but I consider myself a part of Albert and Aura's family. So I'm really, golly, I'm older than all that. I'm the oldest daughter, but I have been their daughter the least amount of time. Figure that out. Albert, when they said that Albert is really humble, it is true. I don't know if anyone's ever gotten an email or a letter from Albert. This, again, is not on my paper, but I just thought I would bring it up. He signs his name with the lower A. Have y'all ever noticed that? It's because he doesn't think he's better than anyone else. Because I kept saying, Albert, you sign it. He said, I know what I'm doing. He was like, it's not about me. So the humble part is absolutely correct. Y'all, I was really honored when I was asked to do this tonight at first. Then I got scared and nervous because y'all don't know how much I depend on these people. And when they called me, they said a roast. They didn't give me the opportunity for a toast. But then I read the email a couple nights ago, and I said, well, thank God I could give a toast. Because if I had to give a roast, I would be in a whole lot of trouble. Because I need these folks. And so it ain't worth a few laughs. So in my best or white voice, oh, no. No, ma'am, and no, sir. And if y'all don't know, this little tiny thing, voice get loud, her neck get loose, and her hands get wavy. Y'all might not know that aura. But if you hear her say, oh no, then it is done. So, as much as my inner Kevin Hart wants to do a little something, the way my checking account set up, I might need them, so I got checking and a savings. So I'm gonna stick to giving a toast to my godparents. Since they asked me to talk about community, it would be robbery if I didn't talk about what really first connected us. And that was, for Albert and I, it was the East Gainesville Relay for Life. So it was in 2008, there was a meeting about 3 weeks before the Relay meeting. And if who deals with Relay for Life? Who's ever done Relay for Life? Okay. I know I got 3 minutes, but all the other stuff, I'm starting right now. So, I'm starting right now. Okay. Oh, Lord, I'm gonna get in trouble. So Relay really starts like October, the year before it actually happens in May. So my best friend drugged me to a meeting 3 weeks, so this is like late April, before relay actually occurred. And so I went in and I was trying to sit in the back. I was trying to be quiet, which is hard for me, in case y'all don't know me. I was trying not to say anything, but if anybody knows Albert White, as I call him by his full name. If anybody knows Albert White, they know you know that he will make sure that you're engaged. We were on Waldo Road. Remember this, Albert? We were on Waldo Road at the East Side campus of University of Florida. Remember that front room? We used to have those meetings in the first year. So we were there. So I was sitting in the back. It's a little room anyway, so there really is no back. But I was sitting as close to away from them as I could. And so he was like, young lady, what's your name? And I said, Mr. White, I know you, you don't know me. My name is Javette. I used to intern at the East Gainesville Development Task Force. Do you remember that, Albert? And so he was like, oh, okay, well, what brought you here tonight? So I told him, and I was trying to talk quick. He was like, well, who do you know who has cancer? So I was trying to tell him really quick and shut up. So he kept messing with me, and by the end of that night, 3 weeks before the relay started, not only did I not have a team, I was on the committee. I had to speak at the event, and I had to clean up all night. Remember that, Albert? So if you don't know Albert White and how much he loves his community, then you haven't met him, because he makes sure that everyone feels not only that they're a part, no matter how late in the game you are, that they're important, no matter where you come in at, but he also makes sure that you are a worker. So the very first year, I'll never forget, he was the founder of Relay. He chaired it for the first 2 years, and then I followed him for the next 2 years. So that very first year, he was like, we need a good theme. What about, now, mind you, he was just asking us to be nice, because he had already decided what it was going to be. He was like, well, what about one community, one cause, one cure? And so we were like, whatever you want, Albert. And so if I were gonna roast him, which I'm not, then I would go into, it's appropriate that it was one community, one cause, one cure, because it could only be one way. If you know Albert White, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying you gotta do relay exactly like he did it, but you better do it right. He is going to critique it. He's going to walk around all night like this. He's going to whisper something to Or. They're going to call you over to the side. Mind you, I did relay for 2 years. They asked me about it all the rest of the years. Tell me about this. I didn't have anything to do with it, Albert. Okay, because we don't want to die. We want to be right. We need you to chair it again. If you know anything about Albert, he's going to make sure you're a part, you're important. Y'all get it, y'all know, right? But it really, in all seriousness, it's not that it has to be his way. He just knows that he's very passionate about things he cares about. He wants it to be absolutely right. And unless he knows that you know how to do it absolutely right, he is going to be there to guide you well. He is. But this is not a roast. I'm toasting you. I am toasting you. I am toasting you. We share so much. Or and I are not only members of the best sorority in the land, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. It's a few y'all out there. It's okay. Z5. But in addition to that, Albert and I, not only did I follow him in East Gainesville Relay for Life to be the chair for 2 years, I followed him on my job. I think it's been said that the job that he has now, that I have now, Albert was the inaugural community relations director, and he made it hard for the rest of us. Because people will come up to me right now today, well, Albert did this. I'm like, okay. Albert was a whole lot bigger than me, like in stature and in well, I won't say that. He had a whole lot more influence than me. That's probably the nicest way to say it. So, and on the job, they'll say, well, you know, when Albert left, we stopped doing this. Can you do that? And I said, well, I don't know if we can really do that. And then for some reason, I get a call from Albert and say, you know, I was thinking about this. Do y'all do that over there? I'm like, somebody told on me again. So we start doing it. So Albert is really, I called him the
chair emeritus of Relay. He's also the director of community relation emeritus, because whatever Albert wants done at GRU, I try to make sure that happens. And not because, again, it has to be his way, but he's very passionate about it being right. It's been said how much they care about the community. I ditto that. It's been said how passionate they are. I ditto that. It's been said that their family comes first. I ditto that. The only other thing I will say as I take my seat, I know I'm over my 3 minutes, so I'm going to get in trouble by somebody else I really admire. But I love you, Miss Vivian. I love you. But the only other thing that I would say is their marriage is a testament to what love, undying affection could be. I'm a G, so I'm not tearing up. I'm not. But just the fact that they still fall asleep holding hands. That picture Candace posted was like the best. I hope she got in trouble for it, but it was cool to see. But they just love each other so much, and the love they have for each other is emulated throughout this community. So we toast you, we love you on behalf of every organization that we are in together, because I couldn't talk about them all. On behalf of our family connection, from my family to you all, we love you.
Thank you.
No.
All right, fantastic and wonderful job, everyone. We'll now have Miss Barry Collins here. Barry Collins. All right. Oh, yes, all right.
She's our neighbor.
All right.
It's so because she's our neighbor.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm going to be singing Glory by John Legend. When the glory comes, it'll be ours, it'll be ours. Oh, the day when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, glory.
Give her another hand. That was absolutely amazing. Terry and Candace, you all are in Atlanta, so you know some recording folks maybe, right? She needs to be, she could record for Underground, do some of the soundtrack for Underground, right? All right, we're going to move forward. Now, the first group did an amazing job. Let's give another hand to Rose, Esther, Mel, and Yvette. You all did a fantastic job. Thank you all so very much for sharing those wonderfully reflective remarks about these two great people. But I got a problem. You haven't given me anything for my sermon tonight. This paper is blank. So I'm counting on the next group that's coming up. There's a next wave of people that are coming up to talk about this amazing duo. And listen, this is a duo. You can't say one name without saying the other name. They are what you call a perfect complement. You have to have them together. It's like peanut butter and jelly. Right? It's like fish and grits. It's like greens and cornbread. Yeah. Complement. They go together, and you just can't have one without the other. You cannot have Albert without Orla. Amen. And as a matter of fact, anywhere you go in this community, and people call their names, it's always Albert and Orla. Albert and Orla. They are a dynamic duo, and we are blessed by this duo.
They found an orangutan suffering with a hernia, served him poison from a rattlesnake, gave him the soothing voice of a wild hyena. And here he is sitting and on the stage tonight. Mr. Albert White. I've known Albert for 50-some years, and we've been best friends those 50-some years. Now I know a lot of things about Albert that Ora doesn't know. Now Ora knows a lot of things about Albert I don't know. Let me tell you a couple things that I'm not interested in knowing about Albert. First of all, I don't want to know whether he wears Hanes or whether he wears Fruit of the Loom. That's it, that's that man's business. And Ora, it's for your eyes only. What'd you say, Ora? You don't know whether he wears Hanes or Fruit of the Loom? Houston, we got a problem. Albert and I go way back, and many times we're driving in the car, and he'll start talking. On this one particular evening, he said, Isaac, he said, you know, the Lord has called me to preach. I said, oh yeah? He said, as a matter of fact, I'm going to have my trial sermon in about a week. I want you to come. I said, sure, I'll be there. So I went, put on my best clothes, my suit, and I went to hear Albert's trial sermon. Well, after the trial sermon, and we walked outside, I called Albert over to the side. I said, Albert, I think you made a mistake. I said, he didn't call you to preach, he called you to sweep. Now, there's a lot of events that's happened over those 50-some years. One thing that I do know is that Albert and I were poor. Albert was poorer than I was. Albert came to school with no shirt. I came to school with no shoes. Now, Albert was so poor, they couldn't afford a crib. He had to sleep in a carved out watermelon rind. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, Albert was so poor, I saw the church mouse taking up a love offering for him on Sunday morning. That boy was poor. Another event that happened along those 50 years, I was at a convention and I heard three men of the cloth talking, overheard them, and it was a Baptist preacher, Catholic priest, and a Methodist minister, and they were all talking, and the Methodist minister said, you know, I've been having a problem with a young man that every now and then he comes to church and I'm trying to preach my sermon and he's just making noise and making all kind of faces. I can't hardly go through with my sermon. He said, oh yeah? The Catholic priest said, well, you know, I've been having that same problem. He comes over here about once a month and he does the same thing. I'm trying to preach and deliver my message and he's making hand signals and speaking out loud and talking and doing all those kinds of things. But a Baptist preacher said, well, he comes to my church too, but I don't have that problem. He says, what do you do? He said, I baptize him and I never seen him again.
That's a good one.
Albert has always been a religious being, very upstanding, just a person that you want to be around. And one day Albert was feeling his Cheerios and feeling a little sexy and that kind of thing, and he tried to pick up a woman in a wheelchair on Fifth Avenue. He was chased away by two Boy Scouts. The lady hit him with a crutch. Albert always had a desire to sing. As a matter of fact, he went to the pastor and said, I want to sing a solo in church. He said, I have this burning desire to sing this song. He says, but I feel a little awkward. I don't know what to do with my hands. The pastor said, what about putting them over your mouth? Albert, blow the trumpet of brotherhood. Beat the freedom drum. But don't sing with my people, for we shall never overcome. Thank you.
This one right here. This one right here. My brother.
All right, give me something, man.
Now, I can't talk that, and I'm not going to try to talk it. But, Pastor Taylor.
Yes, sir.
You need a little bit of information.
I need something. I need it.
And you know, I always like to be in charge of things. One young lady said it. And I attended North Carolina A&T also. That's where I met Albert. And I don't believe they had a degree in playing cards. It's only 24 hours in a day. And Albert spent 20 hours of it in the student union building playing cards. Now, I'm gonna get down to some serious business here. And I'm gonna roast and toast. Thanks, Dolores. Raise your hand. Thanks, sweetheart. Oh, let's start with Ori. My baby sister. Ori was born in West Bartow, a small town in Polk County. As a baby, she was a cute little chubby thing. So you could imagine what her nickname was. All right. She was called Fat, F-A-T. Now, I know this doesn't sit well with Albert, but as time passed us, she outgrew that nickname Fat. But to me, she will always be fat. So, Albert, you have to live with that. Just think about it. A pearl in making. That's what caught Albert's attention. Now, I know I'm bragging about my sister. Yes, she's very talented, intelligent, caring, a mother, a wife, but most of all, spiritual, a God-fearing woman. Now, growing up with that, I mean Ori. You had to be on your toes. A troublemaker? Oh, no. Got you in trouble? Oh, yes. Example.
Ooh, you better not.
What was that, Ori?
Okay.
3 minutes, so you'll never have to be quiet. Now, back when we was growing up, you could either listen to the radio or watch TV. Not both. Mama didn't play that. Now on Saturday, my brother and I loved watching The Lone Ranger, Superman, and Mickey Mouse. Oh no, oral, fat. My older sister loved listening to the radio, WTMP Tampa St. Pete. On Saturday, they had the love request line. You know, this high school stuff. Albert, this was before your time. Now, I know you sense a problem here. Who will rule? Now, that little girl that we call fat wasn't fat anymore. And could run, could run. Now, I told you earlier that she was very intelligent. So we had, my brother and I, we had to outsmart her and outquick her. Just as a young lad, we couldn't outrun her. So when they turned the radio on and the love request started, we would turn the radio off and hit the door in a fast dash to get a head start. Candace, that's why you was good in track and field. Oh, did I say screen door? But no, but one day, we broke my brand new lamp from Badcock. Now, I love my sis. Love you, dear, but that's enough. That's enough, Ora. So many wonderful things been said by Albert and Ora. Enough for Ora. Now, you know Albert loves being in charge of everything. But glory be to God. Glory be to God. Just for this moment, guess what, Albert? You're not in charge of these 3 minutes. Now, to get down to some serious business, after the program, my wife and I, hold your hand up, wife, we'll have a table outside, and we will be selling DVDs. And you don't want to pass this deal up. 99 cents. A preview, nothing but things I got on Albert White. Albert, this is your big payback. Now, to be serious, I thought we was gonna have some champagne in some glasses, but 2 people that I believe in the word attitude and how that attitude would impact your life. Always was told that happiness comes from the heart. Then if this is so, your attitude, it should be displayed at all times. The life you live, the love you have for Jesus Christ will always guide your path. Thanks to Albert and Ola in displaying the word attitude. Hear, hear.
All right. You did good, brother.
Hey, well, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thanks, Pastor.
Anyway,
Let me leave that alone.
this is my sister, Janice. I'm sure we are Albert's siblings. He is the Sibliarch. And in case you don't know what that is, that means in the hierarchy of siblings, he's at the plateau. But that also means he's the oldest, too. Anyway, it really gives us an honor to honor he and Ora in song tonight. So what we've done, my sister and I, let me back up. Charles couldn't be here. Charles is a guitar player, but he's playing with Jake and the Soul Searchers tonight, so he couldn't be here. So Janice and I will bring a few songs to you a cappella. And what we want you to do is just relax. Some of the songs might date some of you that's in here, and they might also bring back memories for some of you as well.
And also, we want to introduce our brother Michael.
Amen, baby.
He is our baby brother.
Nice,
Mike.
And I decided to introduce my wife, Charmaine, too, as well. Okay?
Yes, and I want you all to know that I was the only girl in the household of 5 boys.
That's right.
So I had a wonderful time. I really did.
Okay, so in the Henry White household, music was always wings in the air.
Yes.
And Albert, he wanted to sing, but that kind of skipped him. One of his favorite artists was Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers.
Oh, yes.
So we thought we'd go back, bro, and bring forth one of your favorites. Oh, all right, Jack. Okay. Ready?
Gotcha.
All right. Boom, ba 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 ba.
Ooh, wah, ooh, wah, ooh, wah, ooh, wah, ooh, wah, ooh, wah.
Why do fools fall in love?
Why do birds sing so gay? And love the break of day. Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall up above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love?
Love is a losing game. Love can be a shame. I know a fool, and that fool is me. Tell me why. Tell me why. Why do fools fall in love? Now, being a younger brother and sister, it was a lot of fun having the big brothers in the house.
Yes.
Especially at night when the phone rings and we pick it up and it goes, "Can I speak to Al?" And then Monday will go, "All right, Al, don't stay on that phone all night long." So what we did, we took a song and we kind of changed the words to it, and hope you just get a kick out of it. Boom, 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 boom.
Don't mess with Al. Don't mess with Al.
Boom, boom, boom.
Don't mess with Al. Leave my Al alone. Oh, well, I know he's a guy who would deal with lie 1,000 times or more. Oh, but every time he would apologize, I love him more than before. Ain't that right, Crystal? Hear what I say, hey, girls, keep away. Don't mess with Al. No, 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 no. Don't mess with Al. Don't mess with Al. Don't mess with. Leave my baby alone. Get a guy of your own. Because he's mine, oh mine. I tell you one more time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't mess with me.
Nashville, Tennessee, Randy Records.
And we had every record that could be. My mom would order records on, it wasn't online, but she would send a check and we had every 45, every album. So we had everything. And that record player we had, we just tore it up. It broke down. We played some.
All right, Al, stop scuffing up my flow.
Oh yeah, he was James Brown. Back in our house, we had the tile floors. So he'll come out the kitchen on one leg, all the way across the living area, and he would tear up my mama tile. Boy, she was mad.
Well, the thing is, we would be so excited because the records would come to the post office, we go pick them up. But the thing is, Albert and Willie used to listen to Randy at night.
Yes.
And that's how we heard the songs. I want to do one that brings back memories to me. Darling, you send me. I know you send me. Darling, you send me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Oh, you thrill me. I know you thrill me. Whoa, you thrill me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. At first he thought it was infatuation, but it lasted so long. And now he found himself wanting to marry you and take you home. Whoa, you thrill me. I know you thrill me. Whoa, you thrill me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Gotta do two more. App was a lifeguard at the pool for a number of years, and he was determined all of his siblings were going to learn how to swim. That's right. And Janice and Charles took to swimming quickly. I didn't, because I was too busy courting Charmaine, but I'm just kidding. She wasn't even around then.
And I need to share something with you all about swimming. My brother, he just pushed me about swimming, and we had swimming meets out there during the summertime. And this particular time I said I was not going to swim in any swimming meet this Saturday. So I was supposed to be on my way to the pool to swim, but I didn't. I hid in the closet. So my mom came home from work. He called at the house and said, "Just ain't got to the pool yet. The swimming meet going to start." So my mom went looking for me through the neighborhood, and I said, "Well, I got it. I ain't going today. I ain't going swimming today." He would not make me swim today. Lo and behold, my mom opened that closet, and she found me, and she said, "If you don't get to that pool right now." I got to the pool, he made, "Hey, baby, you know you got to swim. You got to swim the breaststroke, the freestyle. You know you got to swim." I said, okay. I was mad. Oh, I jumped in that pool and I was crying and swimming. I was so mad at him, I didn't know what to do. But guess who came in first?
Yeah, see, for me, I really wasn't crazy about swimming. He had made me take swimming lessons, but I wouldn't go as far as 5 feet, so he gonna grab me, take me down to 10 feet, and threw me in the water, and I come up spitting and spurting, but I made it back to the side. But anyway, but the thing is, the Lincoln Pool was the pulse of the community during the summer, and inevitably, all the songs would be played over the pool. And I just want to bring back this memory to you. I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I have to pay, please, for your sympathy, I don't mind, cause it means that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg, and you know it. Oh, please don't leave me, girl, don't you go. Ain't too proud to please, baby, please don't leave me, girl, don't you go. Well, I heard sis.
Yes, and I want to tell you,
Amen.
just for a minute, my sister know and I love her to death. But when that man came home talking about Aura,
No Aura Driscoll.
yes he did.
His nose was wide open from Gainesville to Greensboro, down to Bartow and back.
Okay, and I say, well, who is this lady? He said, oh, you gonna like her. I said, no, I'm not. Oh, you gonna like her. You just wait till you meet her. I said to myself, I don't want to meet her. And he came home from school and he loaded all of us in the car. And we went to
It
Bartow.
was Thanksgiving, actually.
Yes, it was. Boy, we got a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Came to Driscoll's house, and that's what I call it, Driscoll. Can't nobody call it Driscoll but me. But I met her, and I've been in love with her ever since.
And she took her to Springhill.
Yes, she did. And I was, yeah.
Your Springhill is a gravitational phenomenon where you can go on the hill and put your car in the park and it'll come back down the hill. You know?
Yes.
So, but anyway, sis,
It ain't gonna move.
sis, what we want to do is just thank you for the years of loving our brother. Thank you for the years of loving us.
Yes.
For the years that y'all have had us over and we've had magnificent times together. And this is our expression of love to you. Kid. Come on, y'all. Come on. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, Al's got the month of May. Oh, baby.
great privilege to be here with you all on this joyous occasion. To be a part of a great vision and to help raise money for the restoration project of the Cotton Club Museum and to celebrate the 2 lives of individuals that have been pioneers in our Gainesville community. Individuals who have helped to create an abundance for their neighborhoods and local citizens through philanthropy, mentorship, social action, and volunteerism. What more can be said about 2 people who are admired, revered, and loved by everyone? Well, I can start off by saying they're not the people we're honoring here tonight. The 2 individuals I am here to speak about today were quite demanding during childhood. I mean, we were forced to read books outside of our normal studies. We were shuttled to different lessons. I was shuttled to piano lessons, track practice, oratorical contests, pageants, debutante contests, and science fairs. My siblings and I weren't even rewarded for making good grades, you know. That was just the expectation. We were forced to share Christmas holidays with at-risk youth, which meant less presents to go around. And don't think you were going to sleep in on a Saturday or a Sunday morning. Oh, no. Saturday morning began with us waking up, washing up, eating breakfast, forced to do household chores, and we had to do that to earn a weekly allowance. And on Sunday started with Sunday school, then church, and you couldn't just show up to church, you had to be involved in everything. Usher board, singing in the choir, learn speeches for Easter, Christmas, visit the sick and shut in, pray for family and friends before meals, bedtime. We were grounded for disobedience. We were held accountable for all of our actions. I mean, what kind of kid could grow up in such an environment? With so much going on and so many demands, how do you expect for us to make it? Well, I will tell you who could. A young girl who at the age of 5 had a dream to become a physician. A child who grew up with so much support and love, she actually believed that anything was possible. She was courted by her father, the very first man she ever loved, which helped her to build confidence and know, I'm not gonna do it. And know, her work was far beyond rubies, diamonds, and pearls. This young lady, I'm sorry. This young lady emulated her mother and strived to be a God-fearing woman. I'm sorry. I'm just crazy about my parents and my family, so it's just joy and love. This young lady who emulated her mother and strived to be a God-fearing woman who showed love to all persons that she would meet alike. And despite the challenges and adversity she would face throughout her journey, and there were so many, she would become the very first physician in her entire family on either side of the family tree. It was because of their sacrifices, the great examples that her parents set, that she too would devote her life in service and caring for God's people. And for that, this little girl will forever be grateful and thankful. Mom and Dad, you are truly my heroes. All that you have poured into me, I shall continue to pour into the world. Introducing Dr. Candace White Jackson, the proud wife of Terry Jackson. Say hi, Terry. That's my cousin. And the proud daughter of Orr and Albert White. Thank you.
Wow. You're gonna make me cry. And then Albert was crying. The Rev was crying. Everybody, my husband's crying. But wow, can we give them a hand? A couple of hands. To God be the glory. I want to give thanks for life, health, and strength. Well, it's time to make a toast, to drink, and have the official toast. So I'm going to first ask you all to appoint somebody at each table to open the bottle. Pick up the bottle, have one person open it. The bottle at the center.
I'll do it for the honorees. Brother White, we'll get the real stuff later. That's good.
What'd you say? Oh, yeah, it's grape juice. Yeah. It's not real champagne.
I've always wanted to be Episcopalian.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Well, I have to put one. That's okay.
Okay. Does everybody have a glass now?
I'll use this. This is
Okay.
It's okay. You sure? It's fine. I won't feel left out.
Everybody, okay? So, at the Cotton Club, we know that it's important to preserve our histories, to tell our stories the way that we need to tell them, to remember that we stand on the shoulders of people who came before us, and just to be able to preserve that history, the songs that you all were singing, the stories you share, and I know that that just represents the tip of the iceberg that's out there, and that's what the Cotton Club is all about. And we want to thank you all for staying with us as we've moved in the direction of opening those doors. It's been a long journey, but we're not giving up. We don't feel no ways tired, and we hope that you don't either. Those doors will open very soon. But Ora and Albert are two people who represent the best of this community and the best of that story that we want to tell in the Cotton Club. Albert was on that board, so that means that Ora was on the board too, right? They represent faith, they represent service, they represent industry, they represent skill, fellowship, family, friends. They represent love and love for this community. And we appreciate you all for that. We wish that we could just give you tons of money for that, but you know, we would just ask for you to give it back. But anyway, for these and other gifts, we celebrate them today. Please raise your glass. We just make this toast to you. We love you. We appreciate you. Here, here.
Thank you.
Yeah, clink, clink, clink. Okay. And I'm going to ask Mother Vivian Byler to please come forward at this time for the presentation of awards.
Well, I'm just tickled blank. This has been some evening. I am so excited, but we are too. Oh, just to have these two people in my life, you just don't know. You don't even know about the wedding in the backyard at Herb Alden's. Was you okay at my house? Is that where y'all got married?
Oh, we got married at my mother's house.
At her mother's house in the backyard, because we were trying to get some dope on them, you know, trying to dig up stuff, and I learned that, and I thought, oh, I like that, I like the already. But anyway, it's my time now to present them with just a love token from us, and we hope that they will always hold it close. I'm going to give it to Ora and Albert, if you'll come up here. And I'm going to give it to you and ask you to open it. Because we want everybody to know how much we cherish them and how much we cherish the work they've done in this community and how grateful we are that they allowed us to use their life and their love for the community to be on the spot to help us raise money for the Cotton Club. You know how anxious you get when you open a present.
Isn't that gorgeous?
We'll turn it around.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Mr. We'll put their picture in here. Mr. and Mrs. Al White and Miss Earl White, Cotton Club Museum and Cultural Center, Rose and Toast honorees, April 22nd to 2017. And we love you. We love you.
Let's give our last slate of speakers a great hand. So, thank you all so much for what you all have done. You have helped me get my sermon together. And here, I'm going to give you a preview of it. Now, I have some of our members that are here. You act tomorrow like you didn't hear it anyway, okay? Here's my 3 points. Love, love, love. This couple, they are all love. Love God, love your family, love your community. That's their lives. Their lives are love. I've been privileged to serve as the minister of this church for 12 years. And when I came, I was 25, young enough to be one of their children.
Yes.
And guess what? They loved me like I was one, and respected me as a pastor. Brother White is here with me. Every Wednesday he's here. He's our treasurer. And I tell you, he's tight on that checkbook. He's tight. Sister Aura, my office is tucked away in the side hallway. But anytime I want to know if she's here, all I do is I listen for the laugh. There it is, there it is, there it is. I promise you, we're going to put it in the iTunes store and we're going to make a ringtone out of that.
Good idea. Good idea. Sis, make sure you get the intellectual property on it.
You can't imagine. We haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg of everything that they have done and what they have meant to this community. Now I want to tell you thank you.
Thank you.
For everything you've done for me, for everything you've done for all of us here. We will never be able to say thank you enough for the people that you are. In your hearts, you are amazing people. And we are grateful to God for giving us the gift of Albert and Worldwide. Will you stand and receive our honor?
Good evening. Oh, what a joyous, heartwarming, heartfelt, fun-filled, loving, beautiful occasion. We are so humble and honored that the Cotton Club asked us if they could roast and toast us, and Albert
Albert and I said, oh my God, I don't know. We don't know what we might be getting ourselves into. But what we got ourselves into was more than I could ever imagine. Because you don't live your life in such a way that you think about what somebody might think or say about you. You just live your life. And I'm just so moved to hear how our lives have touched so many others in such a positive way. I am just so thrilled and excited. People who really know me know I can get excited. I can really get excited. But all of the family that came to support us, we've got family here, my two brothers and their wives, my precious cousin Ora and her husband Kelly, my niece from Jacksonville. We didn't even know they were coming. Their neighbors came because we met them. And my granddaughter Kennedy, my new son-in-law, we just love him. Just our family that's here to support us, and all of our friends. So many friends that we have, and then our church family. It's just a beautiful thing, and I just can't say thank you enough for thanking enough of us to come and support this event, to support us, and just to show that you care about me and Albert. That means a lot.
And Lord has given all thanks to everybody that is on our list, and we have the same list. I will say this to you, you can't believe everything that you hear.
But those roasters and toasters, they're still in our good graces, and thank you so much for the beautiful roast and toast that you gave us tonight.
At the end of the day, I'm still your brother.
And that's Laura's version of this thing. I didn't say that, she did. But oftentimes, let me just share this with you real quickly. We've been here a while now. We're often asked, why do you do what you do, and how do you all find the time to do it? And Laura tells me all the time that she begs me not to take on not one more thing, and then she turns around and she comes home and tells me that, well, they asked me if I would do this or that, and I said yes. And she's so bad, she even has 1 and 2 meetings on Saturday, and that's really getting deep into it. But there's a story why we do what we do, and I'm going to try to tell it. Sometimes I get kind of full when I talk about this, but during our time in North Carolina, you heard my brother-in-law say how poor we were. No, he didn't. It was my best friend, Isaac, who has been my best friend since 1st grade, by the way, y'all. So he doesn't know me well. Things were not the best in North Carolina in the 60s. It was an exciting time to be in college, I'll tell you that. But it wasn't the best time for the relations between people, and the state was a little slow in really accepting more integration, and we were living without a telephone, without a car, and Laura finished her degree ahead of me because I was working in and out of going a semester and working a semester. But she had gotten a job with the Guilford County Health Department, and they had hired her. We sacrificed to buy her a new pair of shoes and a few dresses so that she would be appropriate going in as a clinical social worker there at the health department. When she got to work, they told her that they had not hired her. I worked at Moses Cone Hospital at night from 11 at night to 7 in the morning as an orderly. That's what I did, and I went to school during the daytime, but the nurses were so good, they allowed me to study during the night, overnight, and wouldn't even let me take a nap periodically. So I would get home at 7 o'clock, we'd get the kids ready for the babysitter, and they would go to the babysitter or went on to work that particular day. She was starting her first day, we were excited, and because I worked all night, I was going to take a nap, because I was not in school that particular semester. But I heard Laura coming into the house about 9 o'clock, and I asked her, well, why are you back? She said, well, they told me they did not hire me, after going through the whole hiring process. And you can only imagine how that made us feel and what that did to us. I wrote a letter to the governor of the state of North Carolina and other things, but that morning, in tears, give me a second. We stood in the middle of our living room and we said this to each other: when I finish with my degree, wherever we end up, we're going to dedicate our lives to doing everything to help anybody we can for as much as we can. And we will do anything we can to help anybody who is in need, no matter what. We're going to make, we made a pact. It was a pact between a husband and a wife standing in the middle of our living room floor. And we dedicated ourselves to doing what we can, when we can, and how we can to help anybody who's in need that were less fortunate than us and perhaps didn't have the opportunity to go to college or whatever. And we have stuck by that, and this is what drives us to do what we do, because we are committed to it, and we will continue to do it until we can do no more. And we do appreciate all of the support and everything that you all have done to make us feel good. And we want to make you feel good by letting you know that you all have made us feel very, very good tonight. And this has been a great experience for us. And we want to thank you for it.
We also would be remiss if we didn't say to our daughter, Candace, how very proud we are of her. And this young lady, our daughter, just inspired us in so many ways, because determination. So we are equally as proud of you. And we just thank all of you for coming out this evening to support the Cotton Club initiative. It's such a beautiful, beautiful project. We can't wait until the doors open, because this is going to be a part of our community, and a community open to everyone.
And in closing, Vivian, I know that when you all open the Cotton Club that you're going to be going back and doing some historical things, and we know that James Brown came through there once, and I'd like to be the first one to do the James Brown on your floor.
Pastor Taylor, should we show up in church tomorrow? Thank you, Pastor Taylor.
Good evening, everyone. It is my honor to provide tonight's expression of appreciation. I'd like to start by thanking our Almighty Father. We are, after all, in His house. I have been asked to, prior to providing our expressions of thanks, let everyone know that we have donor cards and auction cards on the table for you. We also would like to thank those of you that are here this evening, elected officials, so thank you for coming. We appreciate you being here to share in this great event with us. Thank you also to our sponsors who made this event possible. Thank you for your wonderful support. Thank you to Springhill Missionary Baptist Church for allowing us to host this great event. Thank you also to Reverend Taylor for serving as our Toastmaster this evening. Thank you, my friend. Thank you also to our caterer and our musical entertainment. Thank you to all of our outstanding participants this evening. A special thank you to our fellow Cotton Club Museum and Cultural Center board members who worked tirelessly to ensure that this event was enjoyed by each and every one of you. I'd like for our members, board members, to stand, please, and be recognized. Thank you so much. Thank you to each and every one of you for coming out and joining us this evening. We certainly appreciate that. I'd also like to remind everyone that we will have our Juneteenth celebration on the 16th of June right here at Springhill Missionary Baptist Church. Now, lastly, thank you to Ora and Albert White for letting us share this event with you. Thank you for your generosity and your undying commitment to those who are less fortunate. Thank you for your long-lasting friendships and unbreakable bonds that you share with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for the true compassion that you have for our community. Finally, thank you both for letting the Father's love pour from your hearts and emanate from your spirit. Thank you.
We've got one more thing. Please indulge us. The special musical tribute that was performed by our brother Sherwin and Janice. We don't have words, once you start calling names, but we don't have words to express to you how much that meant to us. It meant everything to us. And I think everybody equally enjoyed it. And so thank you so much for doing it special. That was special. You know that was special. Thank you so much.
And my youngest brother, our youngest brother Michael, is also in the house. Thanks, brother, for getting here. He worked so hard as can, but he was able to get off today this afternoon to get here, so appreciate that. Thank you. And I am the patriarch, and I do give the orders in the family. I want you to know that.
Could all of the family members please stand right now? The family members. And one of the family members said, hey, you had a great idea, said, you know, maybe we could sell these DVDs as a fundraiser too. Yeah. That sounds like Albert. So Albert was there. Yeah. We also want to thank the Samuel Proctor Oral History Program. Could you wave your hand? They're documenting. We appreciate you. Also, we also have some of our representatives from the county level. Could you maybe the city too, right there. I don't have my glasses on. But could you all please stand wherever you are? We had one already. And anybody run, because there is one, Tina Certain, I know will be running. So yes, thank you. Okay, and then one more thing, I wanted to show you the envelope that Kevin mentioned. There are envelopes on every table, and so no amount is too small. Okay, we are trying to do this just step by step to make this happen. And this has been a journey, a long journey. And so we appreciate you all for coming out tonight. You can take an envelope with you, and you may know someone else who wants to add or help out. But we appreciate you, but please take the envelope or leave something in the envelope now. Also, there's time for you to go and take a look at the silent auction table. Many of those items, most of those items were donated by our beloved Polly Dottie. She's the one that used to manage that table, and those items come from her personal collection. And in some cases, she paid attention to detail, and she get the autograph of the artist and whatnot. She put so much love and care into that. So please visit that table. And then finally, those cakes are up for auction. They're on the table back there. So please take a moment to go sign up and take some cake home. And Miss Rosa, I'll have to buy a special key lime cake for you, because she heard me announce it earlier, and she said, where is that key lime cake? Like, well, that's on the auction table. So I think that I have mentioned everything, and then we all want to give a hand to this special, just a sweet person, a very kind and brilliant man, the Reverend Taylor. Thank him for turning it back over. But as he's coming, I want you all to, if you see that bottle there, the little grape juice bottle, there's a picture on the lower right-hand side, and that's one of my favorite pictures there of Albert, and you see how he has that little lean? Did you see that, Yvette? And you can see Aura peeking over his shoulders, okay? That's how I remember them. They can do it all. They do swing, they do line dancing, they even do African dancing. So you know I like that. So, okay. Thank you.
All right. We have had an amazing and wonderful time, but it's time to go home.
Yes.
Thank you you all so much for supporting these two, and thank you so much for supporting the Cotton Club. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Pastor Taylor.
Thank you for letting me.
Amazing. Oh, yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Don't mess with it, don't mess with it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Don't mess with it, leave my hair alone. Oh, well, I know he's the guy who would give my 1,000 times or more. Oh, but every time he would